Last Saturday, I posted a question over on the Facebook group and the community tab of how much money you think I made selling digital downloads on my own Payhip shop that I opened on April 2021. We're pretty much 3 years into this shop, and I've been selling digital downloads such as clip art and backgrounds and seamless patterns and even Procreate brushes and even one listing for my own fonts. And the responses that I got were variant from someone saying that I made maybe $1,000 in the last 3 years because everybody's going and buying from Creative Fabrica or using AI, to people saying I made $20,000 in the last 3 years, $18,000, $30,000, $307,000. That was an actual guess. And today I'm going to walk you through my entire process and journey with Payhip in the last 3 years when it comes to the products that I've added, when I added them, what kind of marketing tactics have I used. A lot of people also asked me in DMs to include how much money I spent on ads, like Facebook ads or Google ads to promote my products. And I will be answering all of these questions, including a breakdown of all of my products, what products sold the most, how much I made every single month since my first sale on May 2021, including the PayPal fees, the Payhip fees, VAT fees that people are paying because they're buying from the UK or from Europe, which Payhip handles that by their own. It's not money that I'm even getting, and take you through all of that till today. And of course, the total amount of how much I made gross, how much I made net, and of course, that's before I'm paying taxes. And while I was making this video, I also came into a lot of realizations about things that I did wrong, things that I did well, reflecting on how I could have done better, and also major changes in the process that happened. For example, opening Patreon with a big chunk of the products that I've added to my store since August last year are actually free for patrons. So people get them on Patreon instead of having to get them on my shop, and how that affected it. And of course, my tips for anyone who wants to sell digital downloads online or thinks that they can't do it with their own store, thinks that you only can do it with a YouTube channel, and a lot of conclusions that I actually came up with. And I hope that you'll find this video informative if you are looking into selling on your own shops, no matter what it is that you're selling, because a lot of the lessons that I have to give you would relate even to print-on-demand items, would relate to digital printables, and not just things for commercial use. And if it's not going to be informative for your business types, I hope it will be, I don't know, a little bit entertaining. This video is also going to include the announcement of our Amazon gift card winners. I started a contest earlier this month for people to show me, what have you been doing with my graphics? And I'm actually going to have a viewer of the channel who became a close friend of mine here sitting on my set and choosing two winners to win $100 and $50 Amazon gift cards. With that being said, I really need to get this video started. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. But before I do that, I have to get one thing out of the way for those of you who might not know me, which is, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mero and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. I started this channel in January of 2021. Around the month of April, people started telling me that they want to find a way to support the channel, something like buy me a coffee. And I think I had an issue with Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal or something like that. And I chose instead to go with something called Payhip, which is an online shop builder that you can sell your own digital files, whether they're printables or clip art, audio files, video files. And Payhip has actually grown a lot in the last few years. You can actually sell courses there, memberships there, and a bunch of other cool stuff. And of course, I'm going to leave links down below to a bunch of videos that I've done on Payhip in the last 2 years. But I started my Buy Me a Coffee over on Payhip with basically selling a product for $5 that is called Support the Channel. And for people who buy it, they get a thank you note from me and 5 photos from Bansko, because I had just moved to Bansko, Bulgaria in May of 2021. From April 2021 till now, I have a total of 61 products listed in my shop. That's 3 years for 61 products, which is less than 2 products a month. If anyone is shocked by that, because you know you have to like add products all the time, like 4 or 5 listings a day. Honestly, if I take a month and do that, I think I'm going to make a lot more money. That's not the point, or is it? Oh my God, my ADHD is going to drive me mad in this video. In any case, I'm very far away from adding a product every single day. I have a total of 61 listed products in my shop, out of which 8 are freebies. They're still considered products, they're just priced with $0. One of them is support the channel for $5, and 53 of them are actual listing products. Breaking down the 53, 8 products, 8 listings are Procreate brush sets, and I'm sorry for looking that way or this way all the time. There is no possible way that I'm going to remember all of this. So I have 2 screens in front of me with all the data written down. So sorry if I'm not always looking at you. So 8 are Procreate brush sets. 1 is a bundle of 12 fonts that I myself made. There was a tutorial about how I create my own fonts. And 43 were bundles. Bundles of what? Christmas bundle, Christmas and pink bundle, Halloween bundle, funky animal illustration bundles, which includes this owl over here. I really love this one. It's a nice t-shirt. And backgrounds and seamless patterns. So these are roughly the products that I have on. Let's get started with the year 2021 with my first sales over in May of 2021. I made $40 by selling basically 8 support the channel items. So $5 times 8 equals 40. PayPal fees were 4.24 and Payhip fees were 2. Payhip charges you 5% for every sale that you made using their website. It's a free shop builder and that's how much they charge. They also have other plans in which you pay less fees or no fees. Again, many videos on Payhip where I mentioned that. And they also charge me PayPal fees because they pay me with PayPal every single time that someone purchases. I get the money immediately to my PayPal account. There is no delay. There is no end of the month. It's one of the many things that I love about Payhip, truly. So out of the $40 that I made, I netted out, I like that word. I made net 33.76, my first month selling. June of 2021, I uploaded another product, which is watercolor tree clip art that I made back then with my Wacom tablet, like a pen tablet, and a software called Tayasui Sketches that I'm obsessed with and I haven't used in a really long time and I think I should go back to using, and 5 support the channel, which was a total of $28. $5 for supporting the channel times 5 plus $3 for watercolor tree clip art that people can use for commercial purposes. I was told I'm cheap. I know I am. And after PayPal fees and Payhip fees, I netted out with $23.42. In July of 2021, I made $5 from 1 support the channel, netting 4.23. In August of 2021, I paid 0 fees for PayPal and for Payhip because I sold for 0 money, 0 items. Same goes for September of 2021 that I sold 0. October 2021, I sold for $11, netting 9.37 with 1 person supporting the channel and 2 people buying the watercolor clip art. November of 2021, I made $3 or a net of 2.42 with 1 person buying the watercolor tree clip art. And on December 2021, I made $10 or a net of 7.6 for selling to support the channel. A total of 2021 starting May till the end was $97 in sales or $80.80 net. And that's before me paying taxes. That's like the fees that they take, that's before me paying taxes. If I break it down into product, I basically had 18 people from May of 2021 till the end of 2021 supporting the channel with $5 and 3 purchasing the watercolor tree clip art. I'm not going to have this kind of elaboration for the rest of the years because I started creating a lot more products. But yes, for 2021, I basically didn't have any products. I had to support the channel and some watercolor tree clip art that I didn't even know if I wanted to put there, and I did for $3. And now it's time to move on to 2022, and the numbers are completely different, okay? So in January of 2022, still with having to support the channel and only the watercolor tree clip art, I had 4 people support the channel for a gross amount of $20, which netted me with $16.82. And then on February 1st, I launched my first bundle box, which was the January bundle box, because On February, I'm launching the January bundle box because it was a bundle box of clip art and backgrounds that I made during the month of January. Looking back at it, 2 years plus after, I think it was a very dumb idea to call it the January bundle box and not the February one, but fine. Now, for those of you who don't know me, every single month at the beginning of the month, I make some kind of like a goals video going over my goals for the month and how I did last month. And I know a lot of people really like those videos because it helps them confront their own goals or see myself forgiving myself for not making my goals. And in 2023, I actually added extra content for that. But during 2022, my goals videos were pretty much what my goals were for the last month. Have I met them? What my goals are for the next month? Plans for the channel. And right after that, a video dedicated to the bundle box where I'm showing the entire thing in a video, showing what people get in a video, which is very different than just showing the products in a shop, like with an image. I literally had videos of these bundle boxes. And the first one, the January bundle box, was launched in February, sold 11 times along with support the channel, which landed me a gross amount of $49 in sales and a net of $40.61, which is, half of what I made in 2021. In March 2022, I launched the February bundle box. Again, stupid. Sold it 7 times along with 4 bundle boxes from January and 1 support the channel for a gross amount of $64.26. This was the first time that I also saw VAT included. I think I had a buyer from the UK. So the buyer pays the VAT on top of the sales price. I don't get that VAT. Payhip uses it automatically. And the net amount that I made for March 2022 was $54.47. In April of 2022, I launched the March bundle box. Oh my God, this is so dumb. And sold 11 March bundle boxes and 1 January bundle box for a gross amount of $59. And after the Payhip fees and the PayPal fees, $49.95 net in April of 2022. In May of 2022, I sold for $140. I sold 17 of the April bundle boxes, 5 support the channel, 2 bundle boxes from January, 1 bundle box from March. And this was also a month that I launched my first freebie, which was some kind of a free printable sheet on how to plan your online business. And that month, again, I made $140, May 2022, with a net of $119.74. June 2022, my birthday month. I had 62 people download my birthday freebies, 74 people download my free game plan printable, which, by the way, they're still available. People buying the February bundle box, the January bundle box, the March bundle box, support the channel, April bundle box, May bundle box sold 24 times, and I made gross amount of $233.74 and a net amount of $198.59. In July of 2022, I grossed, I love saying it. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I love saying it. I grossed $195.40 and netted $160.14 with people buying the bundle box of May, the bundle box of April. There was no bundle box of June because June was a freebie for my birthday, which was downloaded 74 times. In August of 2022, I sold the July made bundle box, but also a Halloween bundle box. And this was also the first time that I did a Procreate brush bundle, that I started actually selling brush sets for Procreate users. I made $294.41 gross and netted with $251.46. September of 2022, I grossed I'm just going with it now. I grossed $211.60 and netted $181.03 with selling 12 Halloween bundle boxes, 12 Christmas bundle boxes, and the rest were the previous month's bundle boxes. I also had 41 people still downloading the free game plan printable, 25 people downloading my birthday freebies, and I also had 18 downloads for my pattern freebies, which I launched the month before. So a lot of the months that I'm selling a bit more, I have freebies, and freebies are a great way to bring people into your shop. And if they like it, they actually want to support you for giving them something for free. Keep telling people, you want to make money, give things away for free. In October 2022, I posted the watercolor bundle, the first watercolor specific bundle, and it sold 10 times along with other different bundles. I grossed out, I love that. I made a gross amount of $162.94 and a net amount of $134.80. Moving on to November of 2022, which I had a coupon code for Black Friday. And I also had more people seeing the watercolor bundle. I think it was launched at the end of October, so 15 people bought that. People were still buying the Christmas bundles and the Procreate brush set and previous bundles and support the channel and downloading the freebies. And I sold for $414.67, netting $360.59. And December, for a lot of people, December is supposed to be the best, right? It's Christmas. But in my line of business, December is like the worst because no one's buying anything. Because people who use my clip art for commercial purposes have already used them before. Looking at this now, I probably should have launched something like, a Valentine's Day bundle, but I didn't. So in December of 2022, I made $85 gross and $74.81 net. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much this is totaling. You will have to calculate this yourselves. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm going to tell you. The gross amount that I made in 22 was $1,930.02, netting me $1,643.01. So 2021, I got into my PayPal account $80.80, and in 2022, I got into my bank account $1,643.01. I think it's a nice growth. And now I would like to also add at this point the promotions that I've done throughout this time because people have been asking me. So the first thing that I did, mostly between the months of February and August, when I was launching the January till July bundle boxes, again, I don't know why I did that, but I was literally making a video every time I had a bundle. I was literally featuring all of the graphics that I've made, everything that I'm selling in a specific video, and talking about the things that you can do with it, which was really good. And I think it really supported people buying it. I didn't really make videos about the Halloween bundle or the Christmas bundle, but I did include them in design tutorials, basically making a design tutorial for Christmas or for Halloween. And hey, if you have your own clip art, you can use it. If you want to download clip art from Creative Fabrica, you can use it. Or you can use the clip art that I'm using because it's available for sale. And I think this is one of the best ways to attract people to purchase from you by showing them what they can do with your products. And mind you, for all the people who told me that probably also recommending Creative Fabrica and the existence of Creative Fabrica was really bad for me because, people can just get a membership there and just download unlimited. I had two advantages here that you might not know of. One, some people don't want to have a membership. What happens if I cancel my membership and I need to delete everything? Also, Creative Fabrica was more expensive back then. And a lot of people were also questioning whether the person was actually selling something they're allowed to sell, with multiple people selling the same item. So people were worried about getting copyright lawsuits from someone else. And I feel like a lot more people trusted me that I'm actually making my own stuff because, well, I'm actually making my own stuff. And the second advantage that I had here is in that video that I was basically using my own clip art for Christmas. Yes, you can get something from Creative Fabrica, and here's an affiliate link where you get a discount for Creative Fabrica. So I was making money also from affiliating Creative Fabrica, but that is a totally different story. I was again promoting my products with videos that are targeted on that specific product. In every single video, there is a link to my shop. On the community tab, I was sometimes promoting them there as well. I was promoting with freebies by sending people to the shop to get the freebie because it is in the shop and then they were buying something on the way. I was promoting it in our Facebook group that started back in early 2021. And since August of 2023, I was also promoting it on the Substack newsletter. I almost didn't use any Pinterest. I wasn't utilizing Payhip to the fullest abilities of it. I wasn't blogging about anything, especially not in 2022. For those of you who wanted to know how much money I spent on ads, zero. I spend zero money on ads. I'm trying to think, when have I ever spent money on ads, even when it comes to print on demand. I like marketing using groups. I like finding an audience that generally likes my product, whether it's for digital downloads, printables, or print on demand. I have never paid money for a sponsored ad for one of my products. Never. So the amounts that I told you that I made, the net amount of $1,643.01 American dollars, that is how much I made. There is no deduction for the cost of marketing in that case. The only deduction that I will put is the $11 that my domain costs, because I do have my own domain connected to my Payhip store. One thing that I did do again in 2022 that I haven't done in 2021 is coupon codes, maybe because in 2021 I didn't really have actual products, and I really do love utilizing coupon codes over with Payhip. I think they're really amazing. They're super easy to set up, and there was actually a coupon code waiting for you in the description of this video for my shop before I make a few changes. More on that later on. But I do have to stop right here before we get to 2023 to actually announce the winners of the Amazon contest, where you guys have submitted things that you made using my designs. And I'm super thrilled to do this, mostly because I'm not going to be the one choosing the winners. You've submitted so many gorgeous things, and it makes me super happy just to like see the things that you've done with my clip art. I'm looking at it. I remember, I think it was Michelle Campbell's dress. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so pretty. And if I have to like go over a lot of the things that you've submitted, Lena Sven placed my cactus eating pizza on an apron, and I found that to be really cool. And she also took like my duck and added to it with a scarf, like she kind of played around with it. Bridget did something really, really cool with my paper packs on shoes that I found to be really amazing. Angela Snow created a t-shirt with a cow. Well, I'm not the one choosing the winners, otherwise I would have chosen that. So I'm going to move on to the winners of the contest before I get to 2023 stats, 2024 stats, and lessons from all of it. And I'm not going to be the one choosing the winners because I love all of you so much. And I know a lot of you like from personal conversations. Instead, I'm going to have a viewer of the channel who came to Bansko, I think over a year ago, and we kind of became friends along the process. Her name is Sivan Yona. She's the owner of the Fourthwall store, icequeenstyle.com. I've shown her in a video. We had a full photo shoot day photographing items for her Fourthwall store, for a print-on-demand store, and she's going to be the one selecting the winners. However, I'm trying to figure out a way to get Sivan here. She lives in Germany. Ooh, has anyone seen I Dream of Jeannie? Do you remember that? Maybe that will work.
Oh my God, how did I get here? Hello, I'm Sivan, and I'm going to choose the winners of the contest. I saw everything and it was very hard to choose. So, second place is Linda with this amazing wall art, winning $50 Amazon gift card. And first place, May, give me drum rolls. Michelle Campbell with the hoot of a bag, winning $100 Amazon gift card. Can I go now?
Is it really that bad?
Horrible.
Well, you know, I can only come back if you do the magic trick. Thank you, Sivan, for choosing our winners. That was like the longest I've ever recorded a minute of my life. And congratulations, Linda and Michelle. I'm going to be sending you a message over on Facebook, like a DM over on Facebook. So make sure to check your other box, because I would like to ask you if you would like an Amazon.com gift card, an Amazon.co.uk, Amazon.de, or whichever Amazon you want to choose from to get your gift cards from Amazon. And thank you everyone for participating in this contest. By the way, if you liked this video so far or found this content useful, please hit the like button down below, because every time you do that, it really does help my channel. And subscribe to my channel for more tutorials about print on demand, digital downloads, creating a bunch of stuff, marketing, product reviews. I really have a lot of cool stuff in store for you guys in the future. But let's carry on to 2023. And 2023 was a very different year. It was a year that I made a lot of bundles. It was also the year that I had issues with YouTube, and I decided to open Patreon and give a lot of my bundles that I'm selling on Maytribe for free to people on Patreon. So let's go over quickly the statistics. I'm not going to detail all of the products that I sold because there's a lot of them per month, But let's quickly go over the months of 2023, starting with January of 2023 when I sold for $90 and netted $79.59. I actually had 110 people downloading the free game plan for businesses for people with many ideas. February 2023, I sold for $117.06. And if it's kind of sounding weird to you that I sold for that amount because all of my numbers are rounded up, it's because I had, I think, an active coupon code at this point, and I netted $100.95. March 2023, I sold for $129 and netted $112.69. Back in February, I also launched the 150 Days of Focus video and freebie, and 160 people downloaded it in February, and 48 more downloaded it in March. I also think that around this time, February or March, I released my fonts bundle. It didn't sell quite much, but I kind of like it, and I think I should really go back to making more fonts. And then came April, in which I made $889.45 gross and a net of $778.85 net. And there was a big coupon code that month. And for those of you who don't understand why April 2023 would be so different, that is because on April 2023, someone who is a manager on a Canva group finally told people that they've been using Canva elements for print on demand wrong. That you cannot just take a Canva element, even if you're pro, and just put it on a t-shirt. And I feel like back then, there were like three types of people. There are the people who make their own graphics, who are kind of not my audience. They did become my audience when I started making Procreate brushes, but they were not my audience because they make their own graphics. Some of them actually told me I would buy like backgrounds from you or kind of like patterns and stuff like that to use when they make their own clip art. That's one type of person. The second type of person were the people who are using Creative Fabrica, and only if I made something very specific that they really thought they could work with their niche and their store would they buy it, or if they wanted to be a little bit different than anybody when it comes to the holiday season because everybody's downloading from Creative Fabrica. The third type of person who doesn't make their own clip art and doesn't have a Creative Fabrica membership were the people who are using Canva Pro, and a lot of them thought that they can just take elements from Canva and use them for commercial purposes for print on demand. Now, there is a way to take elements from Canva and use them legally for print on demand. Canva has not till this day made it actually sort of clear how you can do that, because even when they launched some kind of manual after that and people ask them questions, they still refuse to answer the question if you can do it or can't do it that way. So I feel like in that month, a lot of the people who didn't have a membership with Creative Fabrica, who didn't want to have a membership with Creative Fabrica, who wanted to keep their Canva Pro because they're using things like the clear background option and a lot of other features, they needed clip art. That's it. There is something called supply and something called demand. I supplied and more people demanded on April 2023. I'm trying to think what would have happened if I didn't have a coupon code. If I didn't have a coupon code this month, because I had a massive coupon code in that month. Moving on to May 2023, where I made $174.60 in sales and netted $149.55. June 2023, aka my birthday month, I sold for $267.79 and netted $233.17. July, I grossed $226.40 and netted $197.27. And August, around the middle of August, I started noticing that my YouTube ads are really wonky and my views are really wonky. For those of you who have been following me back then, you know that there was a bug with YouTube called invalid traffic. Invalid traffic is a real thing where people basically spam a website to make money from ads. In this case, it's pretty clear for all of the YouTubers who were hit by that and who were recovered from that mistake on the same day that it was in fact a YouTube bug, and it basically killed off all the earnings of my channel. Now, I love producing content for this channel for free because I am getting paid for this content from YouTube, but no way am I going to spend 15 hours a day sometimes or 20 hours per video at some points for zero money. And that's when I was reflecting on this a lot with you guys. I opened Substack for the newsletter and eventually opened Patreon. And there are two tiers on Patreon, $3 and $7. For $3, people get to see exclusive content that I upload there. And for $7, people also get free bundles. So in August, that was the beginning of making a shift of you can just join my Patreon and get all these bundles without paying for them, instead of just buying them on Maytribe. And on August 2023, I made with my Payhip shop $257.13 gross and $221.95 net. September, roughly the same numbers with $252.90 gross and $221.76 net. And then we're seeing a drop because the products that I have uploaded onto Patreon, and this is something that I don't know if you guys know, if you're joining Patreon right now for $7 a month, you can immediately get access to every single bundle that I've uploaded there since August of 2023. So that's a lot. If you were to buy these bundles from Maytribe right now, I think you would pay roughly $60 to $100. I'm not really sure. I uploaded a lot of stuff there, and you can get them all for $7 if you join Patreon. And that includes the exclusive content that I've uploaded there since, which covers how to start a WordPress blog, full tips on Fourthwall Store from start to finish, affiliate marketing from start to finish, and this month's video, which is going to be how I produce all of my videos, which was already recorded, by the way. I can't wait to release it. And already the free bundle of this month for Patreon was released. So the more time passed since I started Patreon, the more people thought to themselves, oh, I like these two graphics. I might as well just join Patreon because I can just get them for free there, plus others, plus content. So the sales obviously dropped, with October gross sales of $62.60 and a net of $54.65. Also, I wasn't really making videos for YouTube at that point. And then the bug was fixed. I went back to YouTube, and November, with a huge Black Friday deal, gross amount of $245.20 with a net amount of $213.34, ending the year in December with $53.90 in sales and $42.89 in net. That means that in 2023, I made in sales gross amount of $2,766.57. I paid $195.34 PayPal fees. I paid $137.05 of Payhip fees. VAT that people paid that I didn't even get, that went directly to that specific country, I don't really know how that works, was $27.52. And I netted in 2023 $2,406.66. Now, I have calculated how much went from Patreon, by the way, how much I got from Patreon, and started trying to put this into the calculation. I will present this a little bit after the 2024 stats, which are going to be very short. January, gross $91.09, net $76.53. We're talking about this year. February, $42, and net $36.20. March, $90.40, gross and net $76.28. And April, so far till yesterday, I recorded this yesterday, $117 gross and $91.97 net. So far, I made a net amount of $280. And now there are two different datas that I would like to give for you. One is the total amount of money that I made since I opened my Payhip store, which is a gross amount of $5,064.05 and a net amount of $4,410.47. There was one person on YouTube that guessed $6,000. You were the closest one. And that is before paying taxes yourself, based on the country you live in, the country you have your business in, and the type of business that you have, and how much money you made in total with other things. Because again, this is not the only source of revenue I have, it's one of them. Now, the second number that I wanted to give out is this whole thing with Patreon. So I took the bundle box that I'm selling on Maytribe.com and I decided to give it for free on Patreon. And that comes to the people who pay me $7 a month and not $3 a month. So I looked a little bit over on Patreon and to see how many people are in the $7 tier. Roughly from August till now, it's an average amount of 70 people per month. Now, I'm not multiplying it by 7 because if they were in the $3 tier, they would still see my content. They only get the freebies from that $4 extra. So multiplying it by 4 is actually $280 a month. So from August till now, I can add an average of $280 a month for selling my graphics, which is actually some of my best months over on Payhip. I was making that amount. And if I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm losing so much money by giving things away for free on Patreon, actually, I think that from just people who joined that $7 tier because they do want access to the exclusive graphics instead of just buying them from Maytribe, pretty much since August, that difference of giving the freebies made me roughly net $2,000. So I would say that in the last 3 years, I made $6,400 net. Roughly, if I have to include the fact that I gave people the same option from my store, the same product from my store to be downloaded from Patreon. I want to move on to the things that I think I did wrong and lessons that I've learned. And by the way, if you're still on at this point of this video, thank you. It's a very long video. I know. I'm going to feel it when I'm editing it. I know it's a very long video, but I feel like saying all these things without coming to the conclusions will be just giving you numbers without actually telling you, hey, maybe you're doing this wrong, or maybe don't think about this because I did it and it was wrong, or maybe do this because this is the right way to go. So the things that I did wrong, or the things that basically made me less money. The first is to stop featuring the bundles I made in a video. Like I literally stopped making a full video on each bundle. And by the way, the videos that I made on these bundles made me with YouTube ads between $6 and $13 each as well, which in no way or shape or form are equal to the amount of production time that they took. But yeah. Now, the thing is that some of the bundles I didn't even promote at all. That was bad. And also, I wasn't using them that much. I mean, I think that the bundles I make, you can see it here because this is from a bundle. So I did use it. And I found that also when I used it myself, it made me feel like I'm spending less time or wasting less time on the bundles. Because if I'm already going to use it myself, if I'm using it myself for my own print on demand, then, it's just a bonus if someone buys it. The Patreon thing, I thought it was a mistake. I wrote it here as a mistake. Giving people free bundles on Patreon was a mistake, and I wrote it here before I looked at the numbers. So now I kind of don't know. I was really thinking maybe I should give a different freebie over on Patreon than I am selling on Maytribe, but I think I'm also going to ask the community on Patreon for that because they're the ones who are paying for it. They will get to choose bundles. I think that from now on, I will have the bundle that goes to Patreon that is also available on Maytribe, but there will be other bundles on Maytribe in different topics. One of the things that I wrote as a mistake is naming the bundle for the month before, because in February, I'm making the bundle for January or selling the bundle for January because it was literally a bundle of things that I made in January, and I'm going to put it in the things that I learned in reflection later on. I didn't utilize my Instagram at all. At the beginning, when I started this channel, I was really Instagramming everything. I would talk about like what kind of video I want to do today, mostly because I was very bored and was very alone when I started this channel back in January of 2021. And I kind of stopped that for a time. I placed my Instagram even on private mode, not even public, because I wanted some peace and quiet. And I still don't know if I want to make my Instagram about print on demand or selling things or not. So I'm not even using Instagram. And for those of you who think like, oh, you're having YouTube, just so you know, I bought a lot of Procreate brushes from cool Instagram reels that I've seen. So Instagram could have been amazing for me when it comes to Procreate. And I might actually have a different channel just for Procreate. I've been working on it for a while on figuring out how to film that. One of the worst things that I did is my organization. I started by just uploading things. And I'm not just talking about organizing my thoughts or this, but if you look at my shop, you basically have like all products, original fonts, which is one product, shop, which is everything, freebies, which are the freebies, Procreate, graphic bundles, and support the channel. What if you want watercolor? I don't have a watercolor collection. And I have watercolor stuff to put in the watercolor collection. What if you want holidays? What if it's animals? I really feel like I should have done that. And not only that, I feel like a lot of the bundle boxes that I gave shouldn't have been bundled up the way they were. They should be comprised a lot different. And I have spoken in the beginning of this month that I'm taking a break from pretty much today that you're watching this video. It was delayed until it was delayed in my head to May 1st. So there will be the goals video on May 1st, in which I will be talking about my goals for May, and I'll be taking about 2.5 weeks break. People on Patreon will not feel that. There will still be content on Patreon in the same amount, and I'll be coming back with a lot of conclusions. I'm also working during my break. I'm going to Greece with print-on-demand products of Printful for a video for their channel. So this is really exciting. But one of the things that I just added on to my May goals, literally after watching this video, is that I want to go over my bundle boxes and perhaps disassemble some of them, because some of them are a mix of a lot of things, of like 3 sunsets and a few banners, when now I can just make, okay, let's make a bundle of sunsets. Or some of them include like horoscope zodiac items mixed with Easter. Maybe I should have just one big Easter thing. So during my break, I will be breaking down this shop. And if you want to take advantage of the things that are still in this shop, because I'm going to be breaking them down, maybe moving some stuff away, like canceling some items or bundling them differently and definitely pricing them differently. If you want to take advantage of the products that I have in my shop right now in their current form, as well as some other products that I added literally this morning, you can do that with a coupon code of 25% discount for all of my listings with the code you see on the screen right now, and it's also written in the description and in the first comment. This coupon code is valid until May 2nd in the morning. On May 2nd in the morning here in beautiful Bulgaria, it will be deactivated and I will be starting breaking down the shop. I have not utilized so many options with Payhip. I have not utilized the blogging option within Payhip. For example, to create a blog category of print on demand, include my videos, and include this graphics. I have not done that. Even though I made a video on how to blog with Payhip, I have not been utilizing the blog feature too much. So I think that I have a lot of work to do on my break from this channel. And again, there is a coupon code that is valid from today till the 2nd of May with 25% discount on everything in my shop, including new listings that were added. And after the 2nd of May, a lot of these items are going away or changing their position because I want to create something better. I want to create a collection for watercolor, a collection for backgrounds, a collection for seamless patterns. I want everything to be organized by holidays, by themes. Maybe you like animals, you can click on it. Maybe you like kawaii, you can click on it. Maybe you're looking for things to do for your coloring pages. I want to work on that too. And I need some time to do that. And so clearance sale. I said that enough. Okay, moving on to the things that I've learned or reflections. Out of everything, I had one item that didn't sell. That is the Floral Bliss pack. And I feel like it's a bit weird because usually you kind of have a store. And I know that a lot of people who sell like digital downloads or print on demand or pretty much anything on Etsy will tell you that like you sell 20% of your items or something like that. So every single one of my items sold except for the Floral Bliss bundle, which I don't like. I think I'm going to remove it. I had Sivan here asking me why it didn't sell. And I was like, well, I don't like it. Even I don't even know why I uploaded. I didn't really like it. I also need more Procreate brushes. And if I have to look at the products that actually sold, so the products that made me, let's go with products that made me over $150. So we have support the channel that made me $391. We have the bundle box of March that made me $205, the bundle box of April that made me $300, The bundle box of May with $304.05. Also, these are like the oldest items in the shop. So people who are coming into the shop now are buying it. They're also not available on Patreon because they were before Patreon. Procreate brush bundle, the first one that I started, sold and earned me 276. These are gross amounts, by the way, not net. July bundle, $158. Halloween bundle in 2022, $197. Christmas bundle, $222. Watercolor bundle, $250. And then we have most of the products that I've uploaded recently, pretty much since 2022. Most of the items sold for like, I don't know, made me $60 or $50. And that is in no way, shape, or form equal the amount of time that I'm making them. Like $10 for the Boca Lights paper pack is not even worth for me the time I spent to upload it to Canva, to organize it and place it in my shop. So I really need to look into that. I feel like the bundle boxes that I made in the previous months not only made me the most amount of money because I was also advertising them, but also they were the most cost effective when it comes to time equals money, because they were actually compiled out of things I already made, like things that I was experimenting with on Procreate and I already made. So I just take a few extra minutes and I slap them in a bundle and place them on Payhip and then make a video about it. So I made the most amount of money from the less amount of effort. It is true that everything that I've done since August, yeah, it made me very little money. The stained glass bundle made me $36 gross, not net. The seamless stained glass made me $17. But hey, it was also on Patreon, where I make roughly $280 a month from giving this for free. A lot of thinking to do, man. A lot of thinking. I think I'm pricing myself too low. A lot of people were like, oh, it's really hard to compete with Creative Fabrica. But if I look at Procreate, some Procreate YouTubers price like a brush set of like 6 brushes for like $17. And it's like $50 if you want it for commercial purposes and even more. And I'm doing a bundle of brush sets for $6 on Procreate. So I'm definitely pricing myself too low. And I think that's going to change this year. One thing that I did learn is that when people like you, they buy from you. I've had people who bought support the channel 3 times before I had Patreon. And also, the funny thing is, I had people, when I handed out coupon codes, buying something when there is a coupon code and writing in the notes, I know there is a coupon code. I didn't use it on purpose because I think you're underpricing yourself and you work very hard. That was amazing. But I think it's really true. When people like you, they actually just buy from you. And I can definitely say that as a buyer, as someone who kind of has a favorite artist in the past like 2 years. Her name is Elina Salo. She's a viewer of the channel. She does amazing work on Instagram and she has really cool stuff on TeePublic and on Redbubble and on Imprint and I think Society6. I'm not really sure if she's still doing that. And also like printables. And I kind of follow her around and every time I see something new, I order it. So yesterday, when I was writing the script for this video, or the day before yesterday when you're watching this, yesterday for me, the day before yesterday for you, I actually went into her shop and bought stuff. So I actually bought a Tri-Blend t-shirt from her because I haven't tried the Redbubble Tri-Blend t-shirts with a rainbow. She calls it like cloud and colorful rain. For me, it looks like a cloud is vomiting rainbow. I kind of liked it. And I also bought a go away sarcastic cute cheap black t-shirt, like the baseball thing with the 3/4 of a sleeve, because I wanted to test them out. And I honestly prefer to test these products out from her than from my own designs because I have the worst artist crush on her. She does everything by hand. She like sketches stuff and then takes photos of them and then deletes the background. And it's amazing. I have so much of her stuff in my house. Seriously. This is from her Zazzle store. This was from her TeePublic store before TeePublic stopped making these things. And yeah, my closet is filled with like, she has like the Smart Cookie t-shirt. I think I have a Kawaii, the CoffeeZilla. I have a CoffeeZilla as a print as well. I have a bunch of her stickers. I even got pens from her Zazzle store and even an eraser. So yeah, when people like you, they buy from you just for the sheer joy of buying your stuff, of wanting your stuff. Every time she posts another ice cream or something, I have to hold myself to not buy it. So That was a lesson I learned as a buyer and as a seller. A lot of artists, I feel, fail because they create what they want to create rather than creating what people want to buy. And I feel like it's the reason why the most successful artists right now are just good with marketing or good with listening to their audience rather than just making whatever they want. And I feel like it's kind of counterintuitive, but it's true. You can do whatever you want as an artist, and maybe someone's going to like it and maybe someone won't. But doing whatever you want, if there is no demand for that and there is no following for that, you can do it for yourself. It's just not going to sell. It's probably not going to sell. But if someone asks you to do something, then it's going to sell a little bit more. And I feel like I've been trying to do that. And this is something that I feel is very important when you have your own shop, and not just your own shop in a way that with Payhip you can add every person that downloaded a freebie from you to a mailing list. It's not just that. I have actually a connection with you guys. I can ask you to comment in a video what bundles you want me to make. I can ask people on Patreon what bundle they want this month. I have a newsletter. People have a way of reaching out to me. I often get people saying, "Ooh, I saw this bundle that you made. Can you make something similar in a slightly different color, or can you make something similar with a different animal?" And I feel like it is much easier when you're owning your own shop and not on a marketplace. But even if you are in a marketplace, find a way for people to be able to reach out to you. Post on Instagram. What would you like me to make? I don't have ideas today. Or try to do random things and see if your audience is responding to them. And don't wait 3 years like I did to look at statistics of what people are downloading the most, because I noticed that they're downloading the most of acrylics and watercolors. So why am I not making more of those? So always keep this like open way of communication with your audience. Another lesson in reflection, I don't think it's a lesson because I've known it for like pretty much ever. Freebies work. Most of the months that I've had a very successful month, I had a freebie that was massively successful. Another lesson that I feel like is important here, and I said it in the beginning, 61 products in 3 years. You don't need a lot of products to make a sale, and you don't need a lot of products to start, because I started with some products and people came back the month after to buy the next product that I posted. And that only happens when you have this communication with people. Yeah, if you're opening an Etsy store and no one knows you, you have to have some kind of like more products, because if someone finds one of your products on this big marketplace, yeah, it's good that you have other products that they can consider or choose from. But when you have a direct line of communication with people, even if it's on Instagram Reels, you can just upload products as you go along. As I was saying, as a person who does buy Procreate brushes from people, I was watching this beautiful reel and I was like, oh my God, how is they doing it? Oh my God, it's a brush. I want to buy this. I went into that Instagrammer person and they had like 3 products in their shop. I bought 2 of them. And I think half a year later, because I was following them, I saw more of their reels. They had another brush and I bought another one. So that line of communication means that you don't have to have a lot of products when you're just launching. And I feel like that's a lesson we all need to learn. You don't have to start with a lot. You can just add things as you go along. One thing that I did learn is I think I need more Procreate assets. I have a lot of Procreate brushes that I made for myself, and I actually never made them public on Maytribe.com. If you guys want me to make more Procreate brushes, please let me know in the comments. Actually, comment anything to this video. I would like to hear anything you have to say about this video. If you thought how much money I made, if you thought it was a lot, if you thought it's going to be smaller than that, I would love to hear all of your thoughts in this video in the comments. Definitely. One thing that I wrote here is the definition of money is based on what you use it for. Let's take, for example, the month of June 2022. I made a net amount of $198.59. $198.59. For some people, this will be gas money for the car. For other people, this will be food for a week. Some of you might think, you know what, $200, I can go for a very fancy dinner. You know what I did with that money in June 2022? In June 2022, I used $198.59 to pay rent, because I live in Bulgaria, a country that the minimum wage of is 320 euros a month. Roughly, I think $340 US, this is a lot of money here. And I'm not saying I don't have expat expenses, for example, like things that I'm still paying for in my own country, or that I don't live a different lifestyle here. But I think that it comes to show you, because I know a lot of people here, for example, are from Canada, a lot of people are from the US, but there are a lot of people who watch this channel who are from Greece, who are from Bulgaria, who are from Romania, who are from Lithuania, who are from Latvia. And in a lot of countries in Europe, in a lot of areas in Europe, especially if you live in a small town, maybe you live in a house that your family owns, $200, $300 a month is actually a good deal. Just saying. Another thing that I did learn, especially when it comes to digital files, is that people like it when the terms are clear. I'm very clear about my terms of what you can do with my products. It's listed everywhere. You can use it pretty much however you want, even as is. Just don't resell my products. And if you want to have different licensing, go for it. I find that it will be somewhat redundant, because you can tell someone, oh, this is only for personal use. They will have it printed on a bunch of t-shirts and sell it in the market, and you'll never find out. I think I said it in my last video. The only way to make sure that no one ever steals anything from you or uses something in a different way that you intended it is to never post anything online ever. It's kind of sad, but it's true. I am also thinking maybe like these organizational printables. I should make one as a purchasable one, because I was thinking to do something like that for 2024, like at the end of 2023, to have this big printable of, printable planner for 2024. I haven't done that. I was too focused on something else. And also I had a planner that I purchased. Now I'm thinking that at the end of 2024, I'm going to launch some kind of paid printable for 2025. And I think that a lot of people who watch this channel and want to support the channel or want to get something from me, but they create their own clip art or they create their own stuff, they would be happy to pay for some kind of organizational printable. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the last thing that I think I learned is that I didn't really mind pricing myself too low. I mean, I look at this and I'm like, those watercolor trees took me hours to make, and I'm selling them for $3. But I feel like I'm selling them for my community, I guess. It's like a little extra, and I really didn't mind. Last but not least, before I go, I have 3 tips I would like to give you from someone who made $6,000 in the last 3 years from selling digital downloads, and this realistic numbers. The first one is that this amount is a slice of my pie. My pie has many slices: YouTube ads, affiliate links to products on Etsy that I'm promoting with other blogs that I've had, print-on-demand stores that I have, selling a bunch of other stuff in other places. This shop is a slice from a very big pie that has a lot of slices. And I'm saying this, I feel like I really want pizza right now. So my tip is, it's very nice to have a shop. Build it, love it, promote it, work on a connection with the audience, but make it a slice. Don't make it the entire pie. The second tip that I have for those of you who are saying, this will take forever, is it's a marathon, not a sprint. If you would have told me I'll be sitting here today looking at all the knowledge I gained in the last 3.5 years on YouTube, and so many things that I learned from you guys, or because you guys asked me and I went to learn, or collaborations with companies, and things that, and I improved my design so much just because I started doing Procreate. So many of these things, I wouldn't have believed you. Honestly, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And you start at the beginning and you look back and you've done a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And at some point you look back and you're like, oh, I'm half a marathon away. Just keep it steady, I guess. And last but not least, audience is everything. I will say this a million times because I've said it already. People who genuinely like you, like your art, like the way you present things, like the way you teach things, like the things you give them for free, like looking at you or listening to your voice. For some reason, someone told me that they watch my videos to sleep. Is my voice relaxing? I never thought my voice was relaxing until I started a YouTube channel and people were like, you should have a meditation channel. I'm not a relaxing person. But audience is everything. Community is everything. Communication channels with the people who follow you, with the people who like you, with the people who are your potential or existing buyers is everything. And you don't have to have a YouTube channel for that. You can also work on Instagram or in other places. But I just wanted to make this video honestly because I was looking for ideas of a video to announce the Amazon contest winners. And then I kind of went into Payhip and realized I've been on Payhip for 3 years. And then it kind of popped up. I have no words to sum up the video. My script ended with audience is everything. So I will sum it up with thank you for being my audience since January of 2021 or since whenever you found my YouTube channel, for listening to my advice. I feel like it's insanely humbling for people who listen to my advice, for designing things with my clip art. It's not even the point that you bought the clip art. It's literally seeing people do so many cool stuff with what I did. Like I did something and someone else was so creative in combining it. So thank you for this amazing journey. I could not have done this without you. With that being said, oh wow, I feel like I'm tearing up. Why would I be tearing up? I'm so emotional. With that being said, that was it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new or were at least entertained. I'm reminding you there is a coupon code that will be active on the May Tribe shop from now till May 2nd. A few extra bundle boxes, and I'll talk more about what I plan to do with that on May 1st. Thank you for everyone who submitted to the Amazon gift card contest. Thank you, Sivan, for being here and choosing the winners. Links down below as well to everything relating to how to build a shop on Payhip, as well as Fourthwall, because they also have digital downloads and comparing between them, and a lot of tutorials if you guys want to do anything on your own. And also comment if you have more questions, more video ideas of videos you want me to make, more bundle boxes that you want me to make. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!